Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303, episode 284. On today's episode, we'll get into the head-to-head review, pop culture pick'em, top 5 most overrated athletes. We'll get into a blind 5, and ultimately NFL Week 8 and Week 9. Without further ado, how are you doing this evening, Nevada?
I'm good. We had a sports equinox yesterday, and as you might notice by my tagline, all the teams in New York lost on the sports equinox day. All 4. I think it was 4 of them. So. You're crushing it, New York.
Oh, boy. How about them Yankees? How you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing good, man. Best day of the best month in the year just took place. Unfortunately, no Philadelphia teams were playing, so I didn't enjoy it as much, but it was still a dope-ass day to have all 4 major leagues playing, so that was dope.
The rest of the world enjoyed not having...
Whatever, dude.
I always find sports more enjoyable when I don't have to listen to Philadelphia fans screaming the sky is burning. What's the Eagles' record right now, Eric?
5-2.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it.
Bro, we just had this conversation yesterday. I told you I'm one of the reasonable fans that ever says everybody needs to relax.
Reasonable.
Yeah, I'm not reasonable during games.
You're not reasonable.
And I'm not reasonable after a loss.
You're not reasonable, period. You're not
This is the same guy that took an entire month as a what was it, like a favorite time of year or something like that?
It's a good month, man.
Oh gosh, get out of here with that.
Come on.
Real quick, do you think the the MLB is living the worst case scenario with this World Series? They got the teams they wanted, and it's going to be done here in about 3.5 hours.
And I haven't tuned in because it's been wildly uncompetitive. I couldn't say that. First and second games that Yanks had, the Dodgers had the opportunity to win at the end of game 1. They did it. The Yanks had the opportunity to, at the end of game 2 to do it, but Yankees can't score. And we already knew they couldn't pitch. So it's how the fuck they get here?
And they're picking on they're basically picking on Judge, or they were the first 2 games. Yesterday they didn't walk him as much, they didn't walk Stanton as much, but
Soto hits in front of Judge.
Dude, how do they have Soto, Stanton, and whatever?
That's why we thought it would be. We thought it'd be good because both teams were stacked. They have Rizzo, Stanton, Soto, Judge, Gleyber Torres, and
Garrett Cole.
Verdugo. Yeah, Garrett Cole, Rodon. I mean, it's a good fucking team. They just didn't show up. Just did not show up. This week's burning question so if you're out in a community, you hit a bunch of different spots, you're having some drinks, and every time you get up to use the restroom, you come back and your drink is covered. Does that spook you even more?
If I leave and come back and my drink is covered?
Yeah. Like you go to 6 different spots over the span of 3 days, and anytime you got up and left to use the restroom, your drink was covered. Would that spook you even more? Like there's some serial roofier going around. You know what I mean?
That or someone's looking out for me and just stalking me to all 6 bars.
It's the same person just covering my beers.
It's the little beer guardian angel is what that is.
I mean, it happened to me, so I was just like, should I be concerned about roofies in the area?
Probably.
I've never seen it where it's you leave, come back, and it's covered. Usually someone will cover it, then leave, then come back.
Nah.
Yeah, where were you? Where you were just leaving your drink unattended? Were you with people?
No, obviously I was by myself.
So you just left your drink at the bar and came. It was the bartender. I bartended for 10 years. It was part of our job.
It wasn't at the bar.
Oh, then you have an angel with you, bro.
It happened like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, "Is there a Rooflin fiend running around that I should be, briefed about?"
Some Puerto Rican god out there is looking out for you, dude.
I don't know, maybe more concerned. Because I'm like, should I be more aware of getting roofied? Also, like, what if I want Rooflins in my drink?
Yeah, maybe they put the roofies in there, then put the cover on top so it doesn't spill out. They want to keep it all in there.
What cracks me up is like, someone could just lift that and drop something in and put it back down. Like, no problem. Like, who we really stopping?
I mean,
who we really stopping with these coaster covers?
I think really it's more of a signal to everybody else to be like, hey, everybody, watch my drink, yeah, because I'll be back in 90 seconds.
PCP idea, top 5 security theaters, bro. Putting a coaster on your beer is the equivalent of TSA. You ain't stopping shit, you fucking schmucks.
It's you guys seen that video of the security guard outside of I don't know, some arena or something? He's doing that half-assed pat down on everybody where he's just
Yep. Go shoot somebody. Yep.
Good enough for me. Good enough. Yep. That's what that is right there.
It's because he's old. He's been in the game. He knows what to look for, dude.
Oh yeah, he's barely even touching the clothes, and he's like, "Yeah, carry on." I've never had that happen to me, Jermaine. So I can't say if it's I don't know. I think it's a little maybe a little beard cherub looking out after you.
So I shouldn't be concerned about a roofling.
Nah, you're here today. You're good.
I'd still be concerned, just in general, just always like a slight concern for, but don't,
No way, dude.
Don't stress about it.
I'm not trying to live my life.
Plus, you're such a big fellow. Like a normal dose of roofie probably wouldn't hit you hard enough. So
I beg to differ. I've been roofied before. My buddy and I, we went out. The plan was to go out and get smashed. We went out and had 3 beers, looked at each other and said, let's go play video games. Ordered a 4th beer, went home, don't remember shit, woke up absolutely, dude, the hangover off of Rooflin is brutal. If I'm going to have that bad a hangover, I better be able to remember shit. Like, that's a requirement. Because having a hangover and not being able to remember anything is just...
That takes out all the fun.
Yeah, it's terrible, dude. While I'm sitting there, I at least want to laugh to myself, whether it was bad or dumb. But that's all. It's been happening to me, so I was concerned. Let's get into head-to-head review.
Let me get this pulled up.
I always wait for this to see if there's some green on Nick's ledger. I'm disappointed every time. So here's the hoping. And no, okay. Wait. Oh, no, there
Nick
is.
Nick won one.
There we go.
Hold on. Okay. Can you guys get...
Can we what?
It keeps... There we go. All right. I'll just scroll here. So, all right. So last week's head-to-head was week 43. Jermaine went 0-3, putting him at 29-100, down 14.71 units.
Nice round numbers.
Nicholas broke his, I believe it was like 24 pick losing streak. I have to go back and count. But Nick broke it. He went 1-2 last week, so got a little W there. 112-1, down 52.42 units.
Eric, real quick, what bet did he win and what was the amount? I think Eric, I think you went radio silent. I got nothing on you. All right. Well, looks like they're going to try to figure that out. as Eric was saying that nobody heard, Nick had a parlay Chargers money line, Chiefs money line, Broncos money line for a minus 106 parlay total. Yes, that's right. You heard that correct. He took a 3-team parlay to hit a minus money bet.
And he won.
Sorry for the brief delay. Now back to your regular scheduled programming or something like that.
All right. So we were talking about Nick's lucky ass parlay. He was so desperate for a win, he put in a minus 106 3-pick parlay, netting him a total of plus 0.94 units. He's still down 52.42 units on the year, though, because he was negative on the week as well. So anyway, moving on. Nevada went 0-3, unfortunately, putting him at 39 and 90, down 23.18 units. I got lucky and hit a parlay, an anytime touchdown parlay, putting me at 1-2 on the week. 33.96 on the season, up 5.11 units.
You guys already have 4 losses this week.
What do you mean?
That's embarrassing. We're not even at Wednesday. We got 4 L's already, boys.
Well, Nevada and I got robbed by weak-ass Leon Draisaitl.
Robbed.
Yeah.
Robbed. Right.
Fucking sorry-ass excuse of a second-best player on a team, pussy.
Yeah.
And then Nick just makes horrible picks, so that's on par.
Right. 4
Yeah.
losses already. What's the point? You guys aren't even trying.
It's 4 amongst 3 people. So Nick's doing his part.
That's 33% of the bets this week, boys. We're already down before Tuesday's action hasn't even started. We ain't even started on Tuesday.
That's right.
Wild.
You got lull him in and then smack him on the back end. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. I think that's what the Panthers are saying as an organization. Let's get into pop culture pick'em. Top 5 most overrated athletes.
All right. So the order this week is going to be Jermaine, myself, and then Nevada.
We probably should have done. We could have broken this up into sports.
Probably.
But it's too late now. We could always do that, revisit it some other time. But obviously, the 101 is Eli fucking Manning.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
He is not a Hall of Famer.
2-time Super Bowl.
He is not a Hall of Famer. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. I don't care about Super Bowls like that. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Ain't nobody writing for Joe to be in the Hall of Fame.
Naming Hall of Famers at this point.
No, I'm not, dude.
Dilfer, Flacco, Manning. Come on, dude. That's a who's who of fucking fantasy championship quarterback.
Fantasy championship quarterbacks?
Those guys won league somewhere.
Nah, dude. Eli Manning is my 101 always. I don't really care.
I respect it.
He's getting into the Hall, though.
On nepotism, sure. And because they're going to... What?
How nepotism?
Because he's the son of Archie Manning, you fucking goon. It's the same reason everyone's fucking running their mouth about Arch on the bench, even though Quinn Ewers is arguably one of the best college quarterbacks right now.
Facts. Hi. Well, enough Eli slander. Poor guy gets enough of that.
Fucking bum. Have a win over 500, Eli. I fucking dare you.
All right. I'm going to go with my first round pick. I'm going to pick Conor McGregor.
All right.
He was really good for like a short window.
That's for a short window?
Yeah, for like 2 years. That's a short window.
For a short it was not 2 years. Bro.
Never advanced his game or developed anything other than what he had, which is a strong left fist. And he's been exposed ever since.
He went on one of the most dominant runs in MMA. But all right, go for it.
All right. I'm going to try to keep my list as current as possible. So my first pick is going to be Trevor Lawrence. If you look at his stats, he is right in lockstep with Blake Bortles, as well as, God, who's the other one? Oh, I can't remember now. But between that contract, the number 1 overall pick, quasi-generational talent, he is average at best. Second up, let's see, who was I going here? I'm going to go with Ian Desmond. And that is a little bit of a sour homer taste. I know Nick always says Derek Jeter, but Ian Desmond has worse stats than Derek Jeter does offensively. And I can't stand him. I can't stand his contract. Can't stand the Rockies. Eric, pick somebody else. I'm going to start going off on Desmond and the Rockies.
All right. I'm going to go with a player who had massive hype placed upon him at a young age. And he did win some stuff, but he gets put in the same category as these other people. I'm going to go Neymar. He doesn't belong in the same category as the Messis, the Ronaldos, and people like that. He's good. And he did get some trophies, but only as a result of him bouncing from, to a really good team. So, I don't know. I'm going to put Neymar in there.
Nobody's going to argue on that. No one's going to argue on that one, bro. I'm going to go with Tracy McGrady.
Ooh.
Tracy McGrady is by far the most overrated basketball player in NBA history. He never won a playoff series. Ever. Never won a playoff series.
Not even with the Spurs?
Never won a playoff series. Tracy McGrady never won a playoff series.
Well, that's because he
is overrated.
I was going to say that's because he was always out. I figured he missed half those series. Anyway.
Probably. Probably. But it pains me to say, but I stand on it, dude. Because I was a big Tracy McGrady fan. He did some special things, but he's overrated. The next person, I'm going to switch into another sport. I'll go ahead and take Paul Pogba.
Can't argue that.
Club player Paul Pogba. Because when he plays for France, that man is gifted. No, he was, the most expensive transfer signing in the English Premier League history at the time that he moved from Juventus to Manchester United. At Manchester United, he drank his own Kool-Aid and never took the next step forward to be, that dude. So I'm putting Paul Pogba. And that one hurts me because he's one of my favorite players.
All right. I'm going to go with, I might get some grief for this, but I'm going to go with Brett Favre. Or Favre, as I like to call him.
Favre.
Yeah. Just a lot of records that won't be broken. He's the first ballot Hall of Fame. He's already in the Hall, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, he is. Okay. He doesn't remember though.
But what?
Nothing. That was a bad joke.
He doesn't remember.
Yeah, because he has Parkinson's.
Isn't Parkinson's just shaky shake?
Parkinson's leads to Alzheimer's.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that. But yeah, no, I just think he's overrated. Like, threw a lot of picks. 68 QB rate, QBR.
Let's see. 11-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 1-time Super Bowl champion, 3 times AP MVP, Hall of Fame All 90s, 95 off AP Offensive Player of the Year, 2-time Brett Bell winner.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
I just said before at the pick that I want to get grief for this, but I think he's overrated.
I'm just reading his accolades.
People get awards all the time in sports that don't deserve them.
Let's see.
All the time.
Would you like to? He led the league in touchdown passes 4 times.
Okay. Did he ever lead it in passing?
He led it in completion percentage 1 time, completions twice, attempts 3 times, touchdown percentage 4 times. Let's see. Where are the yards? Yards, he led it in twice.
Twice?
Twice. 4,200 and 4,400.
Cool.
And those were
still overrated, bro.
Early 90s.
People like to throw him in the conversation with other guys that were just significantly better than him.
71,000 yards, 500 touchdowns.
He played for 25 years.
Love it.
It's the LeBron effect.
Yeah. Love it. 25 years.
However long he played, dude, he's overrated. Like,
all right. You just said Eli Manning's going to the Hall of Fame, and this dude's overrated. Got it.
Brett Favre is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Crazy. All right. Who do you got, Nevada?
Next up, I'm going to go with Trevor Zegras, a forward for the Anaheim Ducks. Highly touted pick. Talented. He's put it together at times, but to me, he comes off as the hockey equivalent of the and one guys. Super skilled, can do all the tricks of the trade, stuff like that. Put him in a game, doesn't quite translate. He's still good, but there's a reason there's been a bunch of trade talks surrounding him for the last couple of years on a team that needs talent. And he consistently gets voted the last couple of years as the most overrated hockey player by his peers. So
then that means your next pick is currently in the World Series then.
No.
Oh, okay.
My next pick, I have a few different routes to go on this next one, but I'm going to go with Zhou Guanyu, Formula One driver.
Spell it.
Zhou Guanyu, Zhouguanyu.
Is he like the first Korean or first Chinese Formula One driver?
He is, I believe it's the second one.
Oh, okay. Dang, he ain't even number one.
Yeah, he's still really young, but he has, let me pull it up here. He has raced in 64 races and has a grand total of 12 points. For those of you not familiar with Formula One, top 10 places get a point on a sliding scale. And he's quick maths. He's at a point 0.6? No, he's less than that. Start doing fractions here. He's just not. He's consistently in the teens. He's very hyped, but maybe he'll change when he gets a new team or something like that. But so far, he's a non-factor.
So it's his first name is Joe, like Zhou, Eric.
Oh, I got
it
that.
does sound like Joe though.
Yeah.
So I can see how you got that.
Yeah,
I
Joe.
didn't even know what the last name was. I was like, I'm just gonna stay away from that and hope he doesn't ask me to pronounce
I
it.
thought he said Joe as well. So I
Ganyu?
knew. Yes, so Ganyu, yeah.
Fuck that guy's parents. And whatever country he comes from.
Zhou is the only Chinese driver to compete in Formula One. I don't know if that's active or all time, but that's what his Wikipedia says.
Interesting. All right. For my next pick, I'm gonna go back to soccer. I'm gonna go with a guy who I really like, but I just think he was mad overrated on the pitch. David Beckham. Icon off the pitch, mediocre.
No.
Lucky he was surrounded by great players.
You can say that for every great player, then.
Nah, he doesn't elevate anybody though. He was elevated.
The dude was so good at soccer.
All right. Well, look at the numbers, dude.
I will go look at the numbers. It's going to say a completely different story.
Look at the numbers, dude. I'm not worried about it.
It's going to say a completely different story. I'm going to go with, I already took a United player, so it's not just Barry gangbang on the team. Let's go Michael Vick.
Pre or post prison?
Michael Vick, whenever he was on the field, he was electric. He was fun to watch, but he wasn't ever the best quarterback. Ever.
Except for that 1 year in Philly.
Where he lost to the Packers on some bullshit?
Yeah, won me my...
You mean when he had his, what was it, career high 21 touchdown passes?
Huh?
In Philly.
Oh.
Yeah, his career high in touchdown passes is 21.
All right. How many rushing touchdowns did he have that year?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not looking at that. I'm just saying he's not a good quarterback. He's overrated.
Nobody's arguing with him.
Everyone loved him because he broke fantasy, because Russian quarterbacks break fantasy, just like people drafted Anthony Richardson crazy high. But he was never, ever a good quarterback. Like his most amount of passing yards was also with Philly. He had 3,303 yards.
I was going to say under 35.
Yeah, he wasn't very good. Now, would I rather watch Michael Vick over a ton of other quarterbacks? Hell yeah. I want to see this dude play football, not play with dogs.
I want to see him over all the quarterbacks staying on this list.
No, dude, Brett Favre is a phenomenal quarterback, and he was magic in the postseason.
Nah. Was he 11-13 record in the postseason, baby? How's that magic?
Because he played with bad teams.
Oh, okay. All right, what's your next pick, brother?
My next pick is going to be I'm going to go with Andrew Wiggins. No, I'm keeping it football. Give me Frank Gore.
Frank Gore?
Frank Gore.
Ooh, that's tough. He was an animal.
Frank Gore never led the league in anything.
2.5 yards at a time. He's an animal.
He never led the league in anything. The only reason we love Frank Gore is because Frank Gore played forever, which is another thing Brett Favre did. He was the NFL Ironman for 297 consecutive regular season games.
Yeah.
Like, Brett Favre was phenomenal at football. Frank Gore was good. He was never, ever the best running back. He never led the league in yards. He never led the league in touchdowns. He never led the leagues in yards per carry. He never won any individual awards. I think his highest award was like he was second Pro Bowl or something like that. Five-time Pro Bowler.
5-time Pro Bowler?
It looks like he was second team All-Pro.
Second team All-Pro. That's what I was looking for. That's his only accolade. But we all think of Frank Gore like he was this phenomenal freaking running back.
I mean, to be fair.
To be fair, his dog starts drinking water. Good point. Good point. Good point. His most yards rushing in a single season was 1,214. His most touchdowns in a single season was 10. I'm not saying don't want Frank Gore on my team. I'm just saying he's overrated. And I'm backing it up. Back it up.
I respect it.
Yo, he had 4 receiving touchdowns in a season? That sounds made up. Go ahead, Nabel.
On Pro Football Reference, it's his second team All-Pro season. He rushed for 1,695 yards. The
wait. What year was that? I'm looking at his.
It was 2006.
2006.
He had 312 attempts for 1,695.
Yeah, 1,695.
Only 8 touchdowns.
Yep.
And here's where I was trying to get at. To be fair, the first team All-Pros were Larry Johnson, who rushed for almost 1,800 yards, 17 touchdowns, and some guy named LT, who ran for 18, 15, and 28 touchdowns.
Gee, Christmas, dude.
Bro. How many did Larry Johnson have?
Larry Johnson had 17.
This man had 8 touchdowns? Come on. This dude's overrated. This dude's overrated. That made the point. Bum.
He is it second or third all-time in rush yards? Can't remember which one it is.
I don't know. He has a ton. He's
at 16,000 even.
Yeah, his compilation of statistics looks good, but
he's 3 behind Walter and Emmett.
Yeah, okay. Played from 2005 to 2020.
Dang,
is he your equivalent of Nolan Ryan?
I would say so. Yeah,
your football equivalent. Played a shit ton of time to rack up the stats.
I was like, yeah, dope, dude. You hit it. But like his last 4 seasons, 961, 722, 599, 653.
Well, the dude was like 52.
Okay. I mean, he still played. Brett Favre's getting crushed for playing. Yeah, Frank Gore's bum. All right, what's your next pick? Go ahead. What was that, Nevada?
No, I was going to say I wouldn't base people's careers off the last few years because more often than not, they're doo-doo. Too many people play way before or too far along after they should have left. Peyton and Eli.
Let's see. I'm looking at Brett Favre's final year.
He was.
Oh,
was
he
still with
got
Minnesota.
hurt. He got hurt in that year. I forgot about
Didn't
that.
he go to like New York or something?
No, he went to the Jets first, and then went to Minnesota.
Yeah,
he went to Minnesota in his penultimate season. He went 4,233 touchdowns, with 7 interceptions. And it's my favorite thing to tell Vikings fans that their best quarterback in franchise history is a Packer.
Did Freddie Freeman homer again?
Yes, he did. 2-run home run as his
God,
first.
Do I take my MVP victory lap now?
Dude,
I was gonna say
650 for MVP.
Hopefully the roomies listen to Jermaine and put some pizza money on it.
Come on.
What year? How old was Brett Favre in 2009? Because
47.
4,233 touchdowns is pretty fucking amazing.
I would say he's got to be 42.
100 yards for each year.
Just to catch that L to the Saints. Who that? Hey, let's go. Yeah, sorry, Eric. Who's your next pick?
Oscar De La Hoya. Lost a lot of his big time fights. Is an icon outside of the ring for how he promoted boxing, but he's hella overrated.
Yeah, I put Floyd there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind putting Floyd there.
Floyd
and also, when we
so
do the honorable
boring.
mentions, I want to give my actual top 5 list because I didn't pick it because of your pre-show comments. So I do want to give it because nobody seemed to take any of my guys. So
no, because we all knew you would pick them, and then you came in here and gave us a fake list.
No. These guys were on my list.
Nah,
they weren't the ones I wanted.
They were not. This is not your list. Everyone knows your list, bro. The fact that you didn't pick your list is ridiculous.
No matter what's your last pick, brother.
So Jermaine almost took it. I was going to go with Andrew Wiggins, but I think I'll switch it up and go with Ben Simmons.
Facts.
Yeah, I think he's more so of a bust than overrated, but yeah, either one I'd be fine with.
Yeah, the reason why I pivoted off Andrew Wiggins is because the year they won that championship, he was actually real good for them. So what?
2021, right?
Yeah, that's right.
23 was.
I'm gonna just say yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. You said Ben Simmons was your last pick. Any honorable mentions for you fellas?
I've got Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
We already talked about Andrew Wiggins, Vince Carter, and Marcus Rashford.
Interesting.
My original motorsports pick was going to be Lance Stroll, who's also an F1 driver. Part of the reason is because he's the number 1 driver for the team that his dad owns and bought, and then made him the number 1 driver.
Has he won any races though?
He has finished 3rd 3 times in
won
5 years. Yes. Granted, again, kind of like Joe, he's also young, mid-20s, so there's still time. But
does every driver typically win one race in a year or no?
No, it's usually like 4 or 5. Usually, kind of take it. Like this year, you got Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Lando Norris, and then the Ferrari guys. So about half a dozen. But yeah, it's
so it's hard to win though.
It is hard. It's definitely a big money sport, but I mean, when you're putting that kind of pressure where it's like, hey, you're one of 20 guys that are best in the world. Let's see some more points.
Yeah. I didn't know that his dad owned the team. That's hysterical.
Yeah. Bought it and then was like, yep, my son's going to be the driver.
Interesting.
He needs to get that man a dub so he can justify it.
Just be more competitive, please.
All right, Eric, give us your real list.
In order of hate, starting from the one I hate the most at the beginning. Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Tony Romo, Troy Aikman, and Deion Sanders are the 5 most overrated players in the history of all sports.
You have a leg to stand on for all 5 of those. Would have been a great list. You came out here and hit me with David Beckham, Brett Favre, Conor McGregor. And I was just like, dog,
Overrated.
what?
All overrated.
Conor McGregor popularized mixed martial arts with a 5-year run that we haven't seen, bro. Like that. Do I agree with his game never growing? Absolutely. But that's crazy. That was your one.
That's my point about Beckham and McGregor mainly specifically is like, I get the cultural relevance and they grew the sport because of their popularity. Doesn't mean that they're as good as people think they were.
He won 2 divisions.
And
you can't win 2 divisions without being good, bro. Yes.
You can get hot for a minute, but his true colors have shown since.
Yes, I have always said the man does not grow his game.
I'm not saying he's not good.
But his game smacked up some of the best.
I just believe he was overrated. And people
clowned him as one of those. That's not even your list.
He's not even he's not even a top 10 fighter like people put him up there to be.
Eric, he's absolutely a top 10 fighter.
Eric, would you rather have Tony Romo the quarterback or Tony Romo the broadcaster?
The broadcaster all day.
So you don't think he's overrated as a broadcaster?
I could care less. I don't really like any broadcasters. I dislike most broadcasters. So, Tom Brady's been good. I'll give him that. Tom Brady's been fire lately.
I don't think Tom Brady's been good.
No, he has, dude. Yes, he says some slick shit.
He's not. I don't think he's very good. I think he should go run the fucking Raiders because they need somebody. You
know how people say Tony Romo's a great commentator, but he's really not.
He is.
They just had this on one of the famous NFL players podcasts where they were breaking down videos of when people give Tony Romo credit for making the call, but what they don't point out is that 90% of the time he's pointing at the wrong area, and not even to the person that the call's actually played for. Like, he's getting it right in a sense, but he's not actually getting it right. Like,
I remember the first season he had, before they even snapped the ball, it would be like, it's going to be a Kelsey 7-yard crossing right down the middle or something like that. Sure shit, 3 seconds later, Kelsey right down the middle, 7 yards. He was
enough Chiefs ball. That's what you'll know how to predict it.
Every team has predictability. Like, what are we doing here? Yo, broadcasters literally tie every one of us to sports. And now I've noticed that my generation loves to hate every broadcaster. I was like, without broadcasters, you wouldn't know sports. You wouldn't.
Yeah, we don't hate the OGs that taught us the game. We hate these new ones that are idiots.
What are you talking about? Which ones do you hate that are new?
All the newer guys.
And who are they? Do they have names?
Tony Romo's definitely one example.
I feel informed.
out of all the sports commentators, analysis, play-by-play guys, I think there's only like 2 or 3 that I can't stand. And that's
who are they?
Jack Edwards, who does the Boston Bruins. I think he's radio, if I remember right. I think he's the radio. Nobody likes him except for the Boston people. Well, even they're getting pretty tired of him. I really did not like Phil Simms. He was on every single Broncos game, and he would just trash the Broncos. This was Super Bowl 2015 Broncos season, and he was just trashing them, saying how bad. No, they're not that good, and then shut him up. So those are the 2 that come to mind. But other than that, I don't really have any other beef with any other ones.
Phil Simms is still running around on NFL Fox, or did they fire him finally?
On Fox? He wasn't on CBS, but he got let go this year.
CBS.
Yeah,
they just fired him, right?
Yeah, before the year started.
He was not very good. Him and his buddy from the Bengals.
Boomer.
Oh, Boomer Esiason. Yeah, bro. Those 2, they would just get lost in whatever they were saying. And I was like, do you guys know what you're still talking about? Like, do you know what you're still talking about? Crazy, man. I love broadcasters, man. I think they're awesome. There's some bad ones. The Charlotte Hornets broadcaster comes to mind. That dude's not very good. Just screams and yells. Also, Spanish commentators in soccer, they should make this list for overrated. I don't want to hear you yell the same word over and over and over again.
Have you guys heard the Spanish radio call of the Hail Mary for the Bears and Commanders?
No.
It's pretty good. I would check it out.
Dude, if it's obnoxious yelling, Nevada, I'm going to be upset.
That's exactly what it is.
It's the classic yelling, but it's not, the goal. But they do get very excited. They don't draw it out and just try to yell for 20 seconds. It's like they were home. That very well could have been the DC broadcast. I'm not sure, but it was the Spanish version. It was pretty good.
Bro, did you see that Mookie Betts play?
What the hell's this fan doing?
The fan tried ripping the ball out of his glove.
All right, so those fans just paid what, a few grand for those seats right on the wall, and now they're gonna leave in the bottom of the first.
I fucking hate Yankees fans, man.
Dude, what do you do? He's literally grabbing Mookie Betts.
Dude, if he would have hurt his arm,
they still counted as out?
That's crazy. Yeah, dude, of course. He got it. He said no, he did it.
He popped out at the end. In the NFL, you play on the ground, dude.
My man was on the ground over and over again. He was hopping up and down.
They get kicked out of the game, and it's still an out. And they lost.
There's no way they're staying.
Well, if you're gonna get kicked out, you might as well throw a punch.
Who?
Mookie.
Mookie couldn't even see over the wall. How you gonna reach him, big fella?
He was on his tippy toes.
God, that's what I'm saying. Like his homie's holding his legs just so he could get a bop in. Somebody said Autobots roll out. Fucking transform.
140 in the postseason.
All right, let's get into blind five. Let's make it quick. That's more for myself than anybody.
1 through 6.
That was good harmony.
4.
1. Eric said 4.
4. Okay. First one is going to be This Is Spinal Tap.
This a Spinal Tap?
This is Spinal Tap?
This is Spinal Tap. Is that a movie?
It is.
Well, I've never seen it. Eric is Googling it, so he's clearly going to say 5 with me, right? We're putting this at 5?
I mean, so I haven't read anything about it. The poster looks like something about maybe music. Like they look like 80s rock stars. So there's a lot of good movies.
It's a mockumentary comedy film.
I'd go 5.
I'll go 5.
I've never seen it, brother. So I got no opinion.
Couldn't tell you if it's good.
Yeah.
It has a good rating.
Spinal Tap is a name too.
It's Rob Reiner's the director.
Okay.
I'm surprised you guys haven't seen that. All right, moving on. Second entry is going to be Reno 911.
That's a funny fucking show, dude.
It's funny.
I'd never watched like full seasons. I would just watch episodes.
What was the character that
the chick that chewed gum real
Nick Swartzen?
No, Nick Swartzen is always funny and annoying at the same time. He's got a unique gift.
That's a good way of describing that.
The white lady who she looked sweet and innocent, but she was just an idiot and
Mary Birdsong.
Is that her name?
She has the
her character just drove me crazy today. I don't know why.
And she has that very bird looking kind of face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's funny though.
The brunette, not the blonde.
The brunette or the blonde? Yeah.
The blonde.
The blonde. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the blonde.
The brunette was sometimes funny, but she was kind of weird.
Yeah, that's her gimmick.
No, I know. Yeah,
she's oddball. No, that show is pretty fucking funny. So we're going comedies here. I didn't watch Reno 911 enough.
At 4, to be honest. I'm kind of nervous. What else is on this list?
All right, we put it at 4. I'm not gonna sit here and fight for Reno 911, but it was funny.
All right. Next up will be What We Do in the Shadows.
Are these just spoofs? Comedy spoofs? Man, we should put What We Do in the Shadows at 5, dude.
Never seen it either.
I've seen
You've
it.
never
I tried watching it, and I fucking hated it.
Sits.
It's New Zealand fucking comedy, dude.
Yeah,
those
it's-
people out there have a weird dry sense of humor.
It's
Yeah.
like I just can't get. I don't fuck with
Dry
it.
air, dry. No, actually, New Zealand's got some great.
We'll put it 3.
3.
New Zealand's got some good comedy though.
I haven't watched it. If this is the good stuff, then I'm out.
All right.
It's also the premise is pretty fucking hokey, so
What is it on Hulu?
it's FX.
Oh, okay. So Hulu. Yeah, cool.
Well, so there's a show called What We Do in the Shadows, and there's a movie as well.
Are you talking about the movie or the show?
Well, ideally the movie,
Oh, okay.
because that's what spawned the show. But
Okay, I've only seen the show, and the show was not very good.
yeah,
It's highly rated, but
I haven't gotten into it, but the movie's at least worth a watch. All right. Next up will be A Mighty Wind.
are you just picking shit I've never seen, dude? What's going on?
Apparently
here?
so.
A Mighty Wind,
I'll just put this at 2 for you guys since you have no idea.
bro. What is this? This is how I know I'm not white. Look at this photo. What is this?
Yeah, but
Nevada?
there's some heavy hitter actors in there. Like the whole right bottom half of the screen is just heavy hitters, dude. I should go back and watch that.
Heavy hitters. I don't know about heavy hitters.
Yeah, dude. In the comedy world, yeah, they're not A-list Hollywood actors, but in the comedy world, those guys,
That's what a heavy hitter
those
is,
guys
guy.
are in solid movies, Role Models, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
It's nothing but
American
supporting
Pie.
actors is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, but they're great movies and great actors in those movies.
Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara,
Yeah. Catherine O'Hara's the shit, dude.
and John Michael
Isn't
Higgins,
she the
Fred
mom in
Willard.
Home Alone. Yeah.
All right.
What's number
All right.
And what do we have at what, Nevada? Something I haven't seen?
I really hope you've seen this, and I'm sure you guys have. But Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would probably be number 1.
It would have been number 1 for me as well.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it because my buddies and I started on deployment, but they just kept watching it without me in my room, like on my TV, using my computer, and they just kept watching it without me. I was like, "Are you guys fucking serious right now?"
You're like the couple that watches shows together and get pissed off if the other one gets ahead.
On deployment, yeah.
Yep.
There's nothing else to do. You know where I'm at, dude. Go find me. You know where I'm at. I'm not far away. I'm not at the gym. I'm not somewhere else. Like, you
Right.
know where I'm at. I'm in the same vicinity. Bro. And we had just finished watching Dexter together. So we were like, we needed a new show because we blew through 6 seasons of Dexter or whatever that is, because it's fucking deployment. and I was like, we started this. This is the one we picked. We started, and you guys were like, nah, fuck them. Diabolical, bro.
So when we first started watching Trailer Park Boys, like, I don't know, it was like maybe 2015 or 16, something like that. We were living in Arizona. I actually got annoyed with the show at first because everybody started calling me Bubbles. It only lasted for like a month after I threw a bitch fit. I was like, y'all gotta stop calling me Bubbles or I'm gonna start throwing hands. But they all kept calling me Bubbles. It's driving me crazy, dude.
That is pretty insulting.
Yeah.
It's pretty insulting. And yeah, Nevada's gone and you just see that fucking background.
It's funny because we know that actually they're winning the World Series, so the kid's gonna be like that for a month.
Oh, dude, he's gonna be the shittiest little kid ever.
Yeah, dude.
Just kidding. Did he get a hit?
No, it's
Oh, he walked him. He walked him. Dude, Josh Chisholm's been playing well.
He only hits against the Phillies.
Oh, he didn't walk him. I lied.
Boom.
Advance the runners.
Yeah.
Do your job. Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Who's up? Giancarlo or Judge? All right, because Nevada left without telling us what the blind five was. It looks like spoofs of like.
Yeah, so it's mockumentaries.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if they were all mockumentaries.
Yeah. Those are ranked as typically the top 5 mockumentaries that have been made.
Those? Holy shit. Is Rock of Ages a mockumentary?
No,
right?
it's more so of a musical coming of age sort of thing. Like if you were to watch those shows, you would see like, okay, yeah, they're obviously spoofs, but they're trying to tell a story versus like a spoof. Like Spaceballs is just a spoof of Star Wars.
So these are like as well. They're the documentary part, right? So they interview them and they act like they're out doing real stuff.
Would you guys consider like Modern Family a mockumentary?
Nah.
Or is that just okay?
I don't know, maybe.
Because
I wouldn't.
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
We'll look up. The description will tell us. I think it's just a sitcom. Yeah, it's just a sitcom.
Yeah, because like The Office would be a big mockumentary, but I think that's just a
sitcom.
Just classic sitcom.
Yeah, because they both tell the story from behind the camera, sort of, right? Mm-hmm. They use the breaking the fourth wall, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, never really got into The Office, but man, some of those scenes.
Oh yeah,
I've just seen a lot of bad episodes of The Office.
Dude, sometimes it's so hard to sit through.
You all have seen the fire drill episode where they do CPR and all that. So every time we have CPR training at work, they always show that scene where they're in there and doing all the CPR training and all that every single year.
Because homie locks all the doors, doesn't he? And then starts a fire.
Yeah, that's the opening scene. Is he's testing their fire drill response and lights a fire in the office.
He locks them inside, just creates a fire hazard, dude. Oh, I've seen that one's hysterical. The Matrix one, where they convince Dwight that he's in the Matrix and they offer him the red or blue pill.
Okay.
And he chooses the blue pill. He's like, nah, I'd rather just stay.
Have you ever seen the Asian gym episode?
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. The Asian gym is hysterical. Is the chili one in the fire episode, in the fire drill episode, or that's just a separate one where the dude brings his big pot of chili and spills it all over the floor?
Yeah, I don't think it was. I know for certain the CPR was in the fire drill one.
Okay. I didn't see. I haven't seen all of The Office. If I had, I would have. I've tried so many times. Season 1, there's a lot of dull episodes, so I was just like, all right, let me just try season 2. There's a lot of dull episodes, but they're like skits, like their moments or beats in the show. Those absolutely smack. So I get why people follow that show.
Yeah, I think season 2, but especially season 3, they really start to find the chemistry and how the interactions work with the different characters. And it gets better until I can't remember how many seasons there are, but until Steve Carell leaves. There's roomies right now listening to this, punching the roof of their cars, like, well, how do you not know what show the chili scene is in? God damn it!
There are, dude. The Office fans they're diehard. They are diehard, bro.
They're borderline Swifties, yeah.
You never go full Swiftie. Let's get into week 7. Week 7 takeaways. Eric, what's your first takeaway?
Can you come back to me, please?
You shook your head like you were ready, so I went to you specifically, and then now I realize that was a shake of concern. Yeah. No matter how you doing this evening, you ready?
I'm ready. Mike McCarthy has sealed his death warrant in Dallas. I will see how these next few games go. Obviously, they just came off their bye, but if they had a bye here in a couple of weeks, that would be the week that Jerry would move on from him. But he is done in Dallas.
Have you seen their upcoming schedule?
I haven't taken a big look at it. No, I've only looked at the next couple weeks.
5-3 Falcons, 5-2 Eagles, 6-2 Texans, 6-2 Commanders. Then they play the Giants.
Would you? Is that what's the term? Oh yeah, difficult.
Difficult. Dude, I saw that schedule because they showed us the schedule for them and the 49ers schedule. The 49ers schedule is brutal too. So they play the Bucks, They play the Seahawks, the Packers, the Bills, the Bears, the Rams, the Dolphins, the Lions, and ultimately the Cardinals. Technically, only one of those teams. Oh, sorry, the Dolphins are under 500, but the Dolphins and Rams are under 500. But the Rams look really good when they have their team healthy.
The Rams are probably the most dangerous sub 500 team there is.
The Saints. Just kidding. Can't even say that with a straight face. All right, Eric, are you ready?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna roll with the New York Jets, man. I think they need to
fire their head coach.
They need to do everything, like from the top to bottom. Who's the owner of that? Do we know who the ownership is?
Dude,
Woody Johnson.
Woody Johnson.
He owns Johnson and Johnson, right?
Because
or the Heir or whatever. Yeah.
The Heir.
Yeah, Woody Johnson. He owns.
Oh, he's the heir of Johnson. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he owns the Heir. No, how can you be this cursed, dude? You bring in Aaron Rodgers, you bring in Devonta Adams, all this shit. You fire the wrong coach, you keep the OC, you take the play calling away from the OC, and you run out there and you put up 22 points against the New England Patriots, who beat you by 3.
No, not only that, you're not using everyone's favorite stat to. So they held the New England Patriots to under 250 yards of total offense. They never turned the ball over. And when you do those two things in an NFL game, the stat is like you're 756-0 when you do those two things. And the Jets still managed to lose.
They got to tear it down, man. Move out of New York. Go to.
They cost me my parlay, dude. My favorites parlay.
Yeah.
They did everything right and still cost me the parlay. Motherfucking animals, dog.
Jermaine, the stat that you're referring to, the Jets scored 20-plus points, committed no turnovers, and held their opponent to under 250 yards of total offense. From 1940 until this past Sunday, teams were 756-0 when they hit those three metrics. The Jets lost by 3.
All-time bad beat. Dude.
That's literally crazy, dude. You imagine betting the Jets and watching that game. Oh man, look, my takeaway is the Detroit Lions are the best football team in football? Question mark?
At least the NFC for sure.
We're gonna find out, but fuck me, they look fantastic. Jared Goff had 85 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, and they scored 52 points. Jared Goff threw the ball 12 times, and they scored 52 points.
Not taking away anything from that. It's an amazing confidence to put 52 points up against anybody in the NFL is crazy. But doesn't it feel like a little bit like Tennessee kind of has just quit on the season?
Tennessee, I think, was the first overall ranked defense.
Yeah, their defense has been lights out. They traded their linebacker, though.
Right.
I'm just saying, I think the players are there, but it's just they might be morally defeated.
I'm fairly certain it was 14-14 in that game, bro. I'm fairly certain the Titans scored first.
Yeah,
here we go. So, David Montgomery, 7-yard run. Mason Rudolph, 11-yard run. Gibbs, 70-yard run. Nick Westbrook-Akine, 5-yard reception touchdown. It was 14-14 in the second, and then the Detroit Lions just said, "Oh, you heard about us? We're gonna run the ball." I'm gonna look up the stats because how many times they run this motherfucking football? Oh, they only ran it 32 times. Oh, that's the Titans.
So you got was it a punt return for a touchdown? I mean, they had a huge punt return as well too from Khalif Raymond.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it because I looked at their rush attempts and it said 24. I was like, God damn! Every play was explosive from the Lions.
Yeah, Lions scored basically. I don't know if they had a defensive touchdown. I think that was the one thing they were missing.
I agree though. That's why I put a question mark at the end of the Lions because it is the Titans, but they have shell shocked some motherfucking teams. Like.
And I didn't want to pick them because I thought Aiden Hutchinson being out was going to affect them.
Didn't you bet against them the very next week?
The very next week, I bet against them.
Well, I mean, that's fair. They're going up against Minnesota in Minnesota on a short week.
Yeah, like they don't have fucking Avengers out there playing offense. Fucking ridiculous. And that's what Jameson Williams, fucking another criminal in the league, fucking out. Dude, come on, man. They did that with their second best wide receiver out.
Jameson Williams didn't even play that game?
No, he's suspended for juicing.
Oh, I heard. I didn't actually look into it, but I heard it was Viagra. I heard that he used too much Viagra and he popped. He's like, I'm not going to appeal it.
Are you being a clown?
That is what I heard on the internet. You can't trust what you hear on the internet. I'm just saying.
Did you read that in the comment section on Reddit?
No, no, I did not. I actually don't use Reddit that much. No, I have to look into it because I remember reading like Viagra, and then I meant to look back on it, and then I was busy and I didn't look at it. But that's funny.
Maybe he took like a knockoff Viagra that had something in there that fucked his shit up.
All right, give me your fuck this shit up. He gives my dick don't work. Give us your final takeaway, Nevada.
Man, I'll go with is Cortland Sutton a better quarterback than Bryce Young? For those of you that did not watch the Broncos-Panthers game, Cortland Sutton threw like a 23-yard pass, beautiful, across the field. Bryce Young, another Bryce Young day.
He doesn't even line up under center sometimes.
Cortland Sutton?
Bryce Young.
Aaron, give us your final takeaway.
Final takeaway is I'm going to stand on business on this one. I'm going to change my tone. Like I know I've had a negative outlook. The Eagles are back, baby.
Bro.
They're back.
Fuck me.
They're back.
You would think the sky has been falling over here in Nevada. You would think the sky has been legit falling.
Jalen only threw the ball 20 times. I think he was 16 to 20. We found the recipe, baby. Just run it.
Just play Cincinnati.
Just run it. Doesn't matter, dude. Cincinnati's good, dude. Cincinnati's good.
Cincinnati's a good ball.
27th ranked defense, dude. Come on, that's top 28.
You're not wrong. Not
bro.
No, but a lot of stuff looked really good, and that was with two other offensive linemen going down in the game. We're down to like our fourth string left tackle, and we're still opening holes wider than the Grand Canyon for Saquon out there, dude. I love it.
Guarantee that.
Stout for president.
I heard Jason Kelsey's going to come out of retirement just because they need somebody off the streets.
No, I don't think his wife will let him.
Yeah,
your fourth-string left tackle would still start for the Saints, so let's relax.
Clearly, he had a great game.
Relax. All right, my final takeaway, so we can get into this betting slate and wrap it up for the roomies is, how about them fucking Cardinals? I fucking told you guys. I'm taking my victory lap now because I might not be able to take it at the end of the season. Cardinals are leading the motherfucking division. You sons of bitches. That's right. That's right.
They're leading, but tied, and I think only one game up on Seattle or something.
Yeah, it's
very
incredibly tight.
It's a very tight tickle fight in the NFC West.
Yeah, so it's 4-4-4 for the Arizona, San Fran, Seattle, and then the Rams are 3-4.
Yeah, Seattle though is Seattle's starting to show their colors.
It was Buffalo, dude.
Wow.
It was Buffalo, and who was it the week before? They smacked up Atlanta?
They beat Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, they smacked up Atlanta, and the week before they got shitted on by the Niners, right?
Yeah, they lost to the Niners.
Yeah,
but the Niners needed to win that game because they would have been 0-3 in the division. So, like, the Niners weren't losing that football game.
Yeah.
The other thing is the Seahawks didn't have DK Metcalf.
Yeah, overrated. Should have been on my list.
I thought they did. I thought he caught a... Was I thinking the week before?
You must have watched it last year, big fella. Yeah, no, the week before DK did play. Yeah.
And we might have said this every year. I mean, I'm going to pull up the slate right now and get us going into that. But does it feel like there's more injuries this year than?
No, this year, yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
I know we say it every year.
We say it every year.
It feels like it this year for real.
We say it every year, but when you go back and look, this year is for sure.
You just lost Stephon Diggs
and Christian Kirk.
Oh, and Christian Kirk. Oh,
I mean, the Jaguars lost all three wide receivers.
This is such a bad. It's a sign from God, dude.
For you to stop playing fantasy.
Actually, I've had multiple signs of that.
It's your trading ability, dog.
I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, all right. Then why do you keep trading? If you don't care, you would just not check.
do it for the thrills, dude. All right, let's go. Get into this slate here. All right, so we're kicking off what is it, week 9?
My heart just dropped. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just got an update that said Lonzo Ball, and I was like, oh no. He sprained his wrist, boys. We're all right. We're straight, boys.
As far as you can get from the knee as possible.
We're good. He has another one to beat off with.
All right, so we're heading into week 9 here. Opening up on Thursday, we have the Houston Texans heading into New York to play the Jets. The Jets somehow are 1.5-point favorites.
That's what I'm saying.
The over-under is 42, and if you want Texans money line, it's plus 105.
Is CJ Stroud dead? No. Oh, are they saying because Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs? Are they saying because Nico and Stephon are out? Probably.
Like they don't have Dalton Schultz and Tank Dell.
This line.
You haven't even said the guy who's been leading or carrying the team last 3 weeks. Joe Mixon is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
He's Texans money line.
Yeah.
Texans money line?
Yeah, it's plus money. It's plus money.
I like the pick, boys. I like the pick. What else you got? Any over-under stuff?
No, I don't want anything to do with that.
All right, bet. So kicking off Sunday, we have the Denver Broncos heading into Baltimore. Baltimore is 9-point favorites. The over-under is 45.5, and if you want Broncos money line, it's plus 340.
Yeah,
I want Broncos spread.
You got Denver plus 9.
Yeah, for you, Jermaine. 40 games this year have had a spread of 5.5 or larger. The Dogs are 25-15 against that spread.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good fucking percentage. I'll take the Broncos aren't playing bad enough football to be down 9 points. The Jameis Winston just beat the Ravens with Cedric fucking Tillman. Give me a break with this line. What are the and this is why I'm on this side and I have a record of 29-100 because maybe I don't fucking know anything. And that's why Vegas just keeps taking my money.
No, that's just your head to head. You're 85-74-2 in this. You're pretty decent at this. Just when it, for the competition, you're not pretty good.
Well, it's because my parlays are ass, bro.
Broncos have.
Hey, don't forget, I'm defending champ, Eric, not you. In both categories. Don't forget.
I already forgot.
Yeah, of course.
Nevada, go ahead.
Broncos have a top 5 defense all around. I know it's scary because Baltimore's coming off a frustrating loss, divisional loss. So I'm sure they're going to be coming out for blood. But the Broncos defense has played well. They got a good defensive front, rotate guys in and out. PS2 shut down. I don't know if Deontay's going to play. He might get some plays in. I don't know how much he'll truly be in there a lot. So I will ride with Jermaine on this. I'm going to take the Broncos spread. I'm going to go under on the points.
Under 45.5. All right. Next game, we have Miami heading into Buffalo, a divisional rival game. Buffalo is 6-point favorites. The over-under is 49.5. And if you want Dolphins money line, it is plus 225. Real quick for Knicks Nuggies, Miami has not won in Buffalo since overtime win in 2016. Last regulation win was 2011. He is going with the over 48.5. Or actually, sorry, over 49.5, and Buffalo total team points over 25.5.
I love the over in this game. Both defenses are middle of the pack at best. You know what I mean? And then I'll take the Bills, even though they're laying 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I will take the Bills to cover as well and over. I don't know if Tua's going to get back to his former self this week or if it's going to take some more time. But that 2011 that wasn't Ronnie Brown, was it?
No, was that Lamar Miller?
God, those are some names.
Lamar Miller. Looking up his
Fitzpatrick, maybe.
Lamar Miller was 2012, so maybe it was Ronnie Brown. Crazy. That's a name from the past, dude.
Their running backs were Reggie Bush. They had fullback Charles Clay.
Oh, Ronnie Brown was with Philly in 2011.
I don't see another running back on this roster. Oh, Lex Dillard and Larry Johnson.
Like the Larry
He
Johnson?
was 32 at the time.
Yeah, but you said that like you didn't know who that was.
Penn State Chiefs legend. Yes, Larry Johnson.
Now you said it with some gusto. Larry
I
Johnson.
thought that was a basketball player. I'm not going to lie. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Moving into the next game, we have Las Vegas Raiders heading into Cincinnati. Cincinnati are 7-point favorites. Again, how? Over-under is 46.5.
Did we do Washington, New York?
No.
Oh.
We just did Miami and Buffalo.
Why is your list different than mine?
The website's all funky, dude. It's crazy. And if you want Raiders at money line, it's plus 260.
No, I don't want Raiders money line. That's crazy talk.
You guys got anything on this one?
That's a huge spread for Cincinnati, though. Go ahead, Nevada.
Yeah, I don't like the spread because Minshew you're going to get either good Minshew or bad Minshew, and you never know. You might get both in the same game like you did this past week against the Chiefs. I think he was 10 of 11 for like 140 yards and a touchdown in the first half, and then disappeared in the second half. I'm going to stay away from this game.
Yeah, I think I might abstain as well. So the other option for Minshew is Fu Manchu.
Fu Manchu. Interesting. All right. We have another divisional game. We have the Washington Commanders heading into New York to play the Giants. The Commanders are 3.5-point favorites, coming off a hell of a win, Hail Mary at the last second. Over is 43.5, and if you want Giants money line, it's plus 150.
I'm going to take Giants money line.
One of Nick's nuggies for divisional games is Washington, New York's last 5 have all been under 44. And you said you're going to take Giants money line?
I'll take Giants money line.
All right. Nevada?
Give me over on points and give me the Manders to cover.
Over 43.5.
I'm throwing those Nick Nuggies out of the window because those did not include Jaden Daniels, and he's by far the best quarterback the Manders have had. And
this is Robert Griffin.
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirkland.
I forget Kirk came after Robert.
Yeah,
they got drafted in the same class.
My bad. All right. And you said you only want Giants money line, right?
Giants money line. Yeah.
Next game, we have a guaranteed L for the Dallas Cowboys. They're heading into Atlanta to play the Falcons. The Falcons are 2.5-point favorites. The over-under is 52, and if you want Dallas money line, it's plus 120.
I do want Dallas money line.
You want Dallas money line?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get right game.
Nevada?
I'll take over on the points. I will.
My man just said they scored 53 points. Yeah. I love it, dude. Tune in, ladies and gentlemen.
I will text you the odds. I'm going to go with a Kyle Pitts touchdown, and I'm going to look at some kicker prop bets. 2 of the best kickers in the league with Aubrey and Young Ho Koo.
Young Ho versus Aubrey. I bet you Young Ho is probably 14 then.
I knew a Young Ho named Aubrey. Moving on.
All right. So we have the Los Angeles Chargers heading into Cleveland. The Chargers are 2-point favorites. The over-under is 42.5. And if you want Cleveland money line, it is plus 105.
I just want to ride with Jameis. Give me that Cleveland money line. There's 3 dogs in a row for me. This is the Jameis I wanted in New Orleans, bro. It's only a matter of time before he pumpkins.
And then before Nevada gives us his picks real quick, so we have Nick's Nuggy fading. We're going to start fading West Coast teams traveling east early since it's not working this year. West Coast teams are 5-2 straight up and 4-2-1 against the spread. So we're going to swap sides of the bet, and we're going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers -2. He also took Los Angeles Chargers money line in this one.
Damn. Nah. Fuck yeah. I'm sticking with Jameis, dude.
I mean, you're fading the right guy, so you're good.
No, I do think the Chargers can win this, but I just want to ride with Jameis because that's my guy, dude.
Nevada, what you got, brother?
I'm taking the under on the points. Kind of what we've seen with the Chargers. Good defense, don't let teams score. Lackluster offense, don't score. Usually means not many points.
All right, so our next morning game is the New England Patriots heading into Tennessee. Tennessee are 3.5-point favorites. Over-unders 38. If you want New England money line, it's plus 154.
Good Lord. Would you imagine having to be a fan of either of these teams and having to watch this game this week?
Even worse, not being in their market, but you're just on the border and you have to watch this game.
Oh, man. I would not turn it on, dude. Give me Patriots money line and Patriots spread. Drake May to the moon, baby. Let's go.
Is he going to play this week?
Oh, he's hurt, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fuck. And Mason Rudolph is a serviceable backup quarterback.
When he's acting right.
I want nothing to do with this game.
Yeah, I ain't touching this fire.
I forgot Drake May was hurt, dude.
So no money line, no plus.
Just forget this game exists.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Podcast division rival game. We have the
Don't hype it up.
We have the New Orleans Saints heading into Carolina to play the Panthers. Somehow the Saints are 7-point favorites.
That's an unreal line, dude.
The over-under is 43.5. And if you're delusional and you want Carolina money line, you go plus 260.
I do want Carolina money line. I'm hoping Carolina wins this game. So I want the money line and I want plus 7. Because if Carolina wins this game, that means there is only, I think the draft order will put, if everyone loses out, that's 2-6 right now. That would be 6 or 7 teams tied for 2-7. But we need the Titans to win as well, which is doable this week.
So for Nick's Nuggies, the 4 of the last 5, their under has hit. It's been under 45. So this under is 43.5. So do with that info as you please. So
this is what we're looking at. Starting from the number 1 overall, Carolina 1-7, Tennessee 1-6, the Jets 2-6, the Giants 2-6, the Saints 2-6, the Patriots 2-6, the Jacksonville Jaguars 2-6, the Raiders 2-6, the Browns 2-6, and the Dolphins 2-5. So I'm hoping that the that the Panthers and Titans win this week. So we can just create a log jam for the number 1 overall pick, because that's the race I'm watching this year because my team's trash. You got anything on this game, Nevada?
Like the Patriots and Titans, I want no part of this.
Smart, man.
I'm sorry you have to watch that or choose to watch that, I guess.
No, dude, I didn't watch this past week, dude. If football is already boring to me, I'm not going to watch 2 bad teams.
I agree.
All right, so next we have the Jacksonville Jaguars heading into Philadelphia. Philadelphia is 7.5-point favorites. The over-under is 45.5, and if you want Jags money line, it is plus 270. What do you guys got on this?
That's crazy. 7.5 is a lot still. Oh,
Eric,
but they're out of wide receivers.
Yeah, they're out of
yeah. Eric, tell me why Jacksonville's going to cover the spread.
Because Philly fans have their hope up, and this is the perfect time for them to let us down.
There it is.
Doug Peterson revenge game?
No, absolutely not. We're going to bury that man's head. We're going to win by at least 21 points.
I'm sold. Philly take the spread and over on the points.
I'll duplicate that.
Philly minus 7.5, and you guys want the over?
Yes, the over, brother.
Philly.
Yeah. Who's overrated T-Law going to throw to for Jacksonville?
Parker Washington, Brenton Strange, and Evan Ingram.
He's going
Just
to be throwing Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean.
A veritable who's who of offensive weaponry.
Yes.
Is Cooper really starting? Or is it only because Darius is out? Dude, yes, that's to you, big fella.
Because you said Cooper, and my mind went to Amari Cooper for some reason. Sorry. Coop is officially in the starting lineup. Not because Slay is out. He is in the lineup playing with Quinion, Slay, Reed, and Chauncey.
You guys start 5 secondary players?
When there's a fifth, he's the one that goes in.
So Cooper does not start then? Yes,
he does, because surprisingly, Chauncey didn't start. But I think they're going to change that. For that game, he did start. But I think
I'm more confused. We'll keep it pushing.
No, I think Cooper's a nickel. I think it's what I'm hearing.
They were letting him.
Me too.
They're letting him start to take over Chauncey's, because Chauncey's a little older, slower, and he's batshit crazy. So they're trying to work the rookie into being the starter for Chauncey back there. We're gonna have the all-white safety duo. It's gonna be sick.
I'm more confused after getting the answer to my question. Let's
get to
the next one.
Or starting our afternoon slate, we have Chicago heading into Arizona. Arizona are 1-point favorites. The over/under is 44.5. If you want, they're both minus money line. So Arizona minus 112, Chicago minus 108 for money line.
After I victory lapped, I got to take Cardinals money line. So let me get that.
Arizona money line. All right.
Yeah, I want to take the Bears, but I feel like the Cardinals could tear it up as well. So I'll take over on the points, and that's about it. I just hope both teams have fun.
It's good. That low key might be a real fun game, though. I was just about to say
that. All right. So our next afternoon game is another division rival game. We have the Detroit Lions heading into Green Bay. Detroit is a 3.5-point favorite. The over/under is 48.5. If you want Green Bay money line, it's plus 145. And before we get into that, Knicks Nuggies, Detroit Green Bay, 3 of the last 5 have been over 48.5.
Jeez.
And Nick is taking the over 48.5.
Yeah, but I can't pick this game without knowing if Jordan Love is about to ball out. I think Jordan Love misses this game because he loves missing divisional games. I'll take Detroit minus 3.5, and I'll take the over as well.
Yeah, I think Love's going to sit out because if I saw the schedule correctly, they have a bye the following week. So I think they'll use that as a 2-week recovery, almost 3-week recovery for Jordan Love because they want him for the playoffs. So that means the knight from Tennessee, Malik Willis, comes in. He's played well for him in backup role.
One of only 4 undefeated quarterbacks, Nevada.
Well, there you go. So I will take Green Bay money line. I want to take the under on points, but I also could see this being a high flying scoring game.
Oh, shit. So you think Green Bay with Malik Willis beats the Detroit Lions?
Yeah.
They're the best team in the NFC, dude.
Okay. I was gonna take Green Bay if they had Jordan Love, so I don't think it's like super crazy, but it's a little crazy.
See, I think Jordan Love would hinder them because of that, all the injuries he's had, lower body injuries.
I meant like if he was healthy.
Right. Yeah. Oh, healthy. Well, yeah, I'm sure the line would be different as well.
I don't know. The Detroit Lions keep smacking everybody, bro.
You would think if Love was healthy, they'd be. I mean, they have won their last 2 games, but probably be a little bit more like last year where they were putting hurting on teams here and there. Malik Willis, QB controversy in Green Bay. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Interesting. All right.
Did Giancarlo just get taken out?
He took himself out.
He leaned in?
Swinging and caught his knuckles.
Oh.
Does that count as a hit ball?
Shouldn't.
Hit by pitch?
I don't know if it's on the fingers. I know if it hits your pinky and the meat of your hand down by the
ball of the bat.
Yeah, he's swinging. I think that's a foul ball. If only we had an MLB person on the show that we could.
We'll have that special guest next week.
All right. The last afternoon game is a divisional game. We have the Los Angeles Rams heading into Seattle. Rams are 2-point favorites. The over-under is 48.5. If you want Seahawks money line, it's plus 102. For Knicks Nuggies, let me see here. Teams are dogs of less than 10 points after scoring less than 10 points the previous week are 7-11. And went 0-4 last week. Seattle +1 versus Los Angeles Rams. So he's going to take Los Angeles Rams money line on this one.
All right. That answers my question. I will take Seattle money line.
Just because Nick?
Just because of Nick.
Cool. Nevada, you got anything, brother? Oh, and as far as a divisional rival, if you look at the over-under, the 4 of the last 5 have been under 48.5.
That's a lot of points, too, so.
Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle spread. I'll leave it at that. Sean McVay has a 10-5 record against Seattle since he was brought in as the head coach for the Rams.
Fuck me. I just picked Seattle.
All right. Moving into the Sunday night game, we have the Indianapolis Colts heading into Minnesota to play the Vikings. The Vikings are 5-point favorites, over under 46.5. If you want Colts money line, it's plus 185.
I want Indy +5. Joe Flacco will cover that motherfucking spread.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that dang on him.
And then for Knicks Nuggies here, rest advantage, disadvantage. Who had the disadvantage here?
Colts. Vikings played on Thursday.
Vikings played on Thursday. Okay, so Indianapolis is 10-5 straight up and 9-6 against the spread since 2019 with a rest disadvantage. Minnesota is 9-8 straight up and 8-9 against the spread with a rest advantage. Nick says rock with Indianapolis +5.
Fuck.
Want me to start doing his Nuggies first?
I would appreciate that.
Nevada, did you want to add anything?
Give me over on the points.
All right.
I could see Joe Cool covering the spread, but I could also see Sam Darnold return to his first 4 weeks form and light it up.
Cool.
31-28 final.
There you go.
All right. And for our Monday night game, we have Tampa Bay heading into Kansas City. Kansas City is 8.5-point favorites. The over-under is 46. And if you want Buccaneers money line, it's plus 350.
I want the Buccaneers plus 8.5 at a minimum, dog.
All right. Nevada? Or Jermaine, if you have any more bets.
Nah, Nevada's got it.
8.5 is too big. I'll stay away from the spread. KC's got a good defense. No one spectacular necessarily that stands out on the defense aside from Chris Jones, and he's been all right this year. It's Chris Jones doing Chris Jones stuff, but I'm still concerned about Tampa as far as who they're going to be throwing the ball to. I mean, Cade Otton got, what was his line, like 7 for 85 and 2 touchdowns on Sunday. So he came out of nowhere. They relied heavily on him. If that's going to be their one and only receiving weapon, then they might be in a world of hurt. I'll take 46. I'll go over on the points. It'd be nice if Baker could outduel Patty Mahomes in a gunslinger battle, but unfortunately, Baker also throws 2 interceptions for every 3 touchdowns he throws. And that's one thing you do not want to do is give Chiefs the ball on turnovers. So I'll take over on the points.
Cool. And that rounds out our week. Damn, what week are we in? 9?
This is week 9.
Yeah,
That's
week
correct.
9 preview.
Yep, football season's flying by. You guys got anything else for the Grand Slam?
Oh, no.
Grand Salami for the Yanks.
Oh my God.
Is this their biggest lead of the series?
Yes, it's also the bottom of the third, so this will change.
Jeez, can't have nothing nice, Eric.
They were up by 2, I think, in game 1, right? And that was the highest they ever got.
I'm not sure.
And now it's 3.
I know they had a lead in game 1, but I don't know what their biggest
Yeah,
lead
because they
was.
ended up going to 10.
Wasn't it? Was it 2-1 in game 1? I think before Freddie hit the grand slam or something, and then it was 2-2, something like that.
Bro.
This played right into Manfred's hands. Up 3, Yankees are going to pull a Oilers and push it to 7. We'll get Game 7 in LA.
Bro, could you imagine? Oh, there's a private chat.
I might look at the live props for Dodgers right now.
Diabolical. Paint hasn't even dried on that Grand Slam. Nevada's over here live betting Dodgers.
Plus 500.
On the line?
On the line.
You might as well do it, dog.
I'm going to put a couple schmeckles on that one.
That's crazy. Thank you for listening to another podcast from The Room, episode 284. Follow us on Instagram, the artist formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. Follow our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, on all things social and wherever you get your podcasts. For myself, Jermaine Colon Mendez, for my co-host, for our producers, the EP and Nutty Putty. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.